My neighbor recorded me without permission, and it saved my career. I had just moved into a duplex in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind of place where everyone waves but nobody really talks. My neighbor Susan was a retired librarian who spent most of her day gardening and apparently watching everyone through her front window. She made comments about my work schedule, about when I came and went, about visitors I had. It was uncomfortable, but I figured she was just lonely and bored. I was working as a contractor for a tech company, doing most of my work from home, which meant expensive equipment and irregular hours. My landlord lived 3 states away and barely responded to emails. Everything was fine until my duplex got broken into on a Monday afternoon. They took my laptop, my backup drives, my camera equipment, basically everything I needed for work. The police report was filed, but the officer told me straight up that without serial numbers or proof of purchase, recovery was unlikely. My insurance company was a nightmare. They wanted receipts for everything, wanted proof I owned what I claimed was stolen, wanted documentation I did not have because most of my gear was bought secondhand or gifted from other contractors. I was looking at a $15,000 loss with no coverage and no way to work. My clients were getting impatient because I had missed deadlines, and I was basically watching my entire freelance career collapse in real time. Then Susan knocked on my door 3 days after the break-in. She had this weird expression on her face, something between apologetic and excited. She told me she needed to show me something, but I had to promise not to be angry. I was too exhausted to care at that point. She led me to her living room where she had a computer set up that would make a security company jealous. 4 monitors showing different camera angles of the entire street, including a direct view of my front door and driveway. She had been recording everything for 2 years because of package thefts in the neighborhood. I should have been furious about the privacy invasion, but instead I just asked if she caught the break-in. She pulled up footage from that Monday showing 2 guys in a white van, faces clearly visible, spending 40 minutes loading my equipment out through my front door in broad daylight. The video was perfect. High definition, multiple angles, clear shots of their faces, their license plate, even audio of them discussing which items to take. Susan had watched it happen in real time, but thought they were movers I had hired because they were not sneaking around. By the time she realized something was wrong, they were gone. I took the footage to the police immediately. Within 2 days, they had identified both suspects from previous theft reports in neighboring counties. One of them had a parole officer who confirmed he was violating probation. When the police raided his storage unit, they found not just my equipment but stolen goods from at least a dozen other burglaries. Everything I lost was recovered, barely used, still in working condition. But the real twist came when my insurance company tried to deny the claim anyway, saying I could not prove the recovered items were actually mine since I lacked original receipts. Susan's footage showed the serial numbers of my equipment as the thieves loaded it into their van, clear enough that I could screenshot and compare to the recovered items. My lawyer used that footage to threaten a bad faith lawsuit against the insurance company. They paid out my full claim within a week, plus covered my lawyer's fees and gave me an apology letter from their regional director. I installed my own security system immediately after, but I also bring Susan coffee every Sunday morning now because her creepy surveillance habit basically saved my life.